One gorilla and 100 men. Who would win in this fight? Some people say the gorilla would tear each man limb from limb, bite off their hands, rip apart them literally with their bare hands. And other people say that they could destroy a gorilla one-on-one by rare naked chokehold. I'm not even kidding. Some people actually believe this. Do I think that's possible? No. Do I think 100 men could defeat a gorilla? I have no idea. But that's what we're going to find out today. So stay tuned. Let's take a look and listen to what everybody has to say about this topic.
Could 100 men take down one gorilla?
You saying the humans have no weapons? No weapons, just hands.
Give me like 3 of me, and I think we'll take them out easy.
One gorilla? It's easy, bro. I'm smart, I'm strong, training every day. You think I cannot take one gorilla?
100 men?
The gorilla, bro.
100%. 100 men can take down a silverback gorilla. What we're gonna do is, though, we're gonna sacrifice a few of them. Yeah, easy.
100 men win?
Me alone.
What's the strategy? Choke?
I'm gonna take my t-shirts off, my pants off. Don't worry, don't worry.
Why are you doing
First
that?
wave of guys coming in, and I picture the gorilla just like smush, just like their heads in like a row, just like.
You got a 22 and you shot a gorilla. That's not gonna shit but piss it off, right? So what the fuck are your fists and your feet gonna do?
And then shoot, take him down, boom, boom, easy, bro. I think I can take one gorilla.
Okay, buddy.
600 pounds. Maybe inside trip.
Okay, all right. I think this guy's a little full of himself. I know he's a UFC fighter, but like, I don't know, dude. Punch. I don't think your punches are gonna do anything to the freaking gorilla. I think if you were gonna do anything, you'd have to do like a rare naked chokehold or like some kind of submission move. But even then, the gorilla is so much stronger than you. Isn't a gorilla like 100 times stronger? I don't know.
Guys, I cannot believe I am weighing in on this right now, but I have been asked this question so much in the last week, it's ridiculous. Like, I'm getting asked on the street now, who would win, 100 people or...
This is Irwin, by the way. Irwin's son, Steve Irwin's son, if you didn't know.
A gorilla. Okay, I have a couple thoughts on this. First of all, I don't know. Gorillas are strong, mate, like really strong, but it's 100 people, I'm not sure. Just as an animal conservationist, fighting an endangered species just doesn't sit right with me. But how many people does it take to save gorillas? That's the question we should be asking, because there's not many of them left. Anyway, the one thing that people aren't really like saying in this whole discussion, yes, gorillas are super powerful, all of that, but also they're pretty chill. Most of the time, they kind of just keep to themselves. They'll defend themselves and protect each other and all of that. But if they don't really have a reason, they kind of just do their thing. So I guess what I'm trying to say is like we don't need to fight gorillas. Maybe let's just let this one remain a mystery. All right, you've got Robert Irwin's take on it. Do with that what you will, internet. I'll see you next time.
So I get what he's saying. Gorillas are chill, and they don't really have any like natural enemies, I guess. So if you really came up to them, I don't know. I think it would defend itself, but like I think it'd be surprised if 100 men came at it. I don't know. I think he played the safe route into just saying that like let's not fight the gorillas. So respect on that.
Listen, they talking about 100 men versus one gorilla. 100 men is beating that gorilla's ass. One gorilla versus 100 men? You know how much 100 men is? Listen, you got to break your team down strategically. It's 100 men. You need 5 groups of 20, okay? The first 20, they got to be crackheads. Off the bat, they got to be crackheads. They got energy. They're going to tire his ass out. They're going to tire him out. Get the crackheads that be downtown. Lexington Market in Baltimore, to be specific. They're going to tire him out. Then second wave, you got to get 20 YNs, okay? They don't give a damn. They living for nothing anyway. They don't give a damn about life. So they're going to go ahead and do their thing. Then you got to go to the jail. Get 20 people that's in jail, okay? Let them know that, listen, if you come fight this gorilla, you're going to be out scot-free. Your record clean. They're going to fight for their life, okay? Then you got to get 20 warehouse employees, specifically Amazon. Let them know if they fight this gorilla, they're gonna get time and a half for it. All right? And then last but not least, you gotta get yourself 20 people that's on child support. Them niggas gonna fight their ass off to pay that child support. You gotta think strategically with this. I'm telling you, like.
I mean, he's got a good point. Like the differences of, I mean, I would just pick like the best fighters, but I understand you have to have some people that are like willing to go all in, be sacrifices to tire the gorilla out. I think that's one of the biggest strategies. You got to tire the gorilla out somehow. Definitely.
I am living proof that 100 men could easily defeat one gorilla in a fight. And that's because in 2006, working special forces in the Congo from Cape Town, my unit and I were attacked by a silverback gorilla, and I personally pacified and put the gorilla to sleep permanently with just my hands. And that's because if you're actually from South Africa, you're from the Congo, if you're from Africa at all, you're not from the United States and Europe, or you don't know about these animals, you would know that it's actually very easy to fight back and take the life of a gorilla. They do not have the software to understand an opponent resisting or an opponent attacking back. They're not used to that. They do not understand how to strike, how to hold, how to grab. They come at you running, they come at you thumping, they come at you barking, screaming, but actually they have no idea how to fight or how to win. It's all show. And I stood there, I stood still, I took blows, I took a lot of spit, and I grabbed the gorilla around the neck, I fell backwards, pacified, snuffed out. That simple. I really hope this clears it up. 100 men could kill a gorilla in a matter of seconds. It's not difficult, it happens all the time. Gorillas are hunted to extinction right now, and a lot of the times they're killed with bare hands. It's that easy. It really is like taking candy from a baby.
So that's what I was saying is I feel like the gorilla doesn't have any like natural enemies except for man, but like I bet that they are not even expecting it. You know, I believe this guy. I believe this. He said he's special forces. He was in the Congo and stuff. I mean, just his accent alone, right? No, but like I feel like that's what you'd have to do. Like you'd have to rear naked chokehold a gorilla to be able to take it down. And I think he's right. I think people are underestimating this. I think the only reason we're not thinking about this the way that we should is because we're not like this guy. Like we're not exposed to gorillas like that. Like when's the last time you've ever seen a gorilla in the wild? Never. You can't tell me you've seen a gorilla in the wild. You've seen a gorilla in the zoo. You've seen these like you don't even know. And he's right. Like they're being extinct. They're, to extinction right now. They're being hunted, which is terrible, but it's a great secondary point here.
One gorilla versus 10 big boys with fat nigga tech. Who wins? We pulled up to the zoo to put this debate to rest. Introducing Harambe 2, weighing in at 430 pounds. Grip strength, 1800 PSI. Punch force, 1200 pounds. Favorite meal, mango and violence. He built like a tank, moves like a demon. And in
just to give you an idea, 1800, a human can do like 140, like maybe up to like 200, but nowhere even close to that.
The right corner, the heavy hitters, equipped with belly shields, gravy blasters, hover thrones, armed with fat nigga tech. The zookeeper saw what was coming, pulled out lil shock sticks like that's gonna do anything. The world held its breath. Was this the moment when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? But then, Harambe 2 spoke. He said, we do not have to fight. Why battle each other? When together we can break every chain. You right. Let's fuck these skinny zookeepers up instead. Freedom tastes like mangoes and rebellion. We asked the gorillas where they wanted to go. Back to their natural habitat or somewhere else. Harambe 2 answered quickly. Take us where no gorilla has gone before. We docked onto the Big Dipper. Next stop, the moon! Where should we take the gorillas next? Drop a comment.
Nice.
Hey, yo, shut the fuck up. It's fat nigga season.
Nice. Love it.
Who would win in a fight, a gorilla or 100 men? All right, let's break this down once and for all. Well, a full-grown male gorilla is an absolute monster. It can lift 2,000 pounds, has a bite force of 1,300 psi, and is up to 9 times stronger than the average guy. But here's the thing. Gorillas aren't built for long fights. They're like sprinters. They explode for about a minute, and then they gas out hard. So yeah, the first 30, maybe 40 guys, dead. Instantly. But after a minute, once enough guys dogpile onto it, weight wins. Endurance wins. The 100 men would eventually overwhelm the gorilla, barely, probably losing about half in the process. Humans are weak individually, but when we work together, even nature's tanks like gorillas don't stand a chance. Who would win in a fight, a gorilla or a 100?
Yeah, I agree with this. I was saying earlier about how I feel like you'd have to tire out the gorilla. I think that's the biggest thing. That like the first couple people or couple groups of people, yeah, they're dead. I agree with this guy. I think this guy's right. I think this guy's 100% onto something.
I can tell you right now, I would not join a modern day hunting party of men because the question is 100 men versus one full-grown silverback gorilla. And there are people out there like this that are saying that 100 guys would win. And no, they wouldn't. No, just flat out no. A gorilla's skin, you can't bite through it. Their bones, somewhere between 2 and 4 times as thick and dense as ours. Their hand, like their grip force, is something like 1,300 pounds. That means that with one hand, they could crush your skull. My dudes, this is what you're fighting. When they stand up, they are 6 feet tall. They weigh about 400 pounds on average. They can lift, press, or pull somewhere between 2,000 to 4,000 pounds. For some perspective, that's enough to tear your arm or your leg off. There's guys out here trying to rationalize this, being like, well, we're endurance animals and all that stuff. This thing could operate at 1/4 of its strength and still body bag you. And we haven't even addressed the fact that even if you get close enough, you can't damage it. Thick skin, super dense bones, wrapped in an insane amount of muscle. You couldn't hit this hard enough to break anything. Like its femur is twice the size of yours. I want you to look at that skull. That skull could headbutt you and cave your face in, to say nothing of all the teeth. Then we come down here. Each one of these appendages is a death area. And even if you don't die, you're going to be missing or have a crushed limb. You're out of the fight until it decides to come and clean you up. And I loved some of the like crazy hunting tactics because they're like, well, we would just swarm and like, what are you going to get? Maybe 6, 10 humans at the same time. And we would grab its limbs and spread it out. These are going to crush you. It can pull you toward it harder than you can. What are you going to do once you have a hold of its limbs? Yeah, you're going to die because it's going to crush you or pull you into its mouth and bite your head off.
I mean, I see what he's saying. But I feel like I agree with the other guy more about how he would destroy a bunch of people. But it's like that other guy was talking about rear naked chokehold, yeah, you can spread them out, but like if you just need like 1 second for some UFC guy to get him in a rear naked chokehold. I mean, they're pretty similar structure wise. Like, I think you could get a rear naked chokehold on him if you could just tire him out enough to like get behind him and do it. I don't know. I'm not really believing what this guy's saying, to be honest.
Dude, I think you guys are really overthinking this. It's 100 guys versus a fucking gorilla. It's just one gorilla. If we all bum rushed it, then we could absolutely overpower the gorilla. Have either of you seen a gorilla like in person before? Terrifying and massive. Like this thing would tear us all limb from limb. You could just suck it off. I think there's other tactics we could use, but it's like 1 out of a million. Yes, would there be losses? Of course, but I'm just saying like you try sucking it off. I mean. What? No, bro, we're not. Okay, what are you saying? You keep bringing up sucking off the gorilla, and I don't. Someone has to suck off the gorilla. You serious right now? Oh, I'm dead serious. There are a lot of men's lives at stake in this scenario. I'm honestly kind of surprised you guys are dogging on me for like thinking that sucking off the gorilla isn't the best idea here. Bro, I think you just want to suck off the gorilla. No, I don't want to have to suck off the gorilla, but I would do it because that's just the kind of team player that I am. How would you even get to the point where, so you're just like run up to this gorilla and like try to like set this up for me. How does this work? It's ridiculous. I can't wait to hear this. So the 4 of us and 96 other dudes, we spawn into this kind of like jungle arena simulation. Now I'd let you guys form a makeshift camp on one side of the jungle arena. And then I would go and venture off to befriend the gorilla through, a bit of grooming, maybe sharing some resources and food that we get to the point where gorilla is familiar enough with me, maybe we fall in love. I'm not saying we get married, form a domestic partnership, maybe we move in. I'm not saying that like I would pay for all the rent and utilities, but maybe the gorilla, you could get a job, pick up another shift. All right, sure. That's regardless. I'm saying that we catch it off guard. I'm not saying on like date 1 or 2 or 3, but maybe the 4th date, I could suck off the gorilla. You'd know that in this scenario, like, you probably wouldn't make it. The gorilla would probably be like, feel pretty betrayed. Immense betrayal, kind of like an Avatar. And maybe I switch sides. A guy, a gorilla versus 99 dudes. In that process, maybe we can form some kind of stop the whole war treaty or some kind of charter to like kind of form like a small colony, kind of like a Planet of the Apes. Imagine you're getting dome and 100 guys run up on you. Are you ready to fight? No, be actually really traumatized. Be totally defenseless, yeah. It'd be quite surprising. This is all to say to get the gorilla to a point where it's exposed that you guys could attack the gorilla and we could win. Yeah, okay, I mean, sucking out the gorilla might be the best option, actually. Pretty great idea, actually. Thank you! It could work, yeah. I mean, that's a decent option. Okay. If that doesn't work, then it's the thumb up the butt. Okay, now you just knew it. You just want to suck off the gorilla.
All right, I think that's enough. There's so many of these videos. What do you guys think? One gorilla or 100 men? Who would win, and which one's the best tactic that we heard over here? Let me know in your comments below. Remember to stay positive. It'll always work out. I'll catch you in the next video.